All right, picture this. You're scrolling through Instagram and see some random billionaire standing next to a private jet or sipping champagne on a yacht the size of your neighborhood. You roll your eyes. Typical. But then you stumble across something different. A grainy photo of a massive underground steel door hidden in the hills of New Zealand. No caption, no context. Just a billionaire's name tagged in the corner. At first, it looks like some sci-fi movie set, but it's real. Very real. And what's behind that door? A bunker. It's not some cheap metal shed with canned beans and a flashlight. Luxury survival palaces buried deep beneath the earth. Fully stocked, self-sustaining, air-filtered fortresses that make most apartments look like broom closets. And here's the kicker. Billionaires are buying them like crazy. Quietly, secretly. Like they know something we don't. So, what the hell do they know? Because this isn't just a trend. It's a movement. Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, bought a massive property in New Zealand and literally had a panic room built into it. Mark Zuckerberg reportedly added a high-tech bunker under one of his Hawaiian homes. And then there's Larry Hall, a former government contractor who transformed an old missile silo into a luxury survival condo. Price tag starts at $3 million per unit. And guess what? They sold out. But this isn't about doomsday preppers wearing tinfoil hats. These are some of the smartest, richest people on the planet. People with access to private intelligence, risk assessments, and high-level predictions that the average person never sees. And they're not just interested in bunkers. They're investing in them. Hard. So naturally the question is, why? Let's rewind a bit. The idea of bunkers isn't new. They go back to Cold War days, when governments feared nuclear war. But those were cold, concrete tombs meant for survival. What's happening now is different. These bunkers are about living in style. Think pools, gyms, cinemas, hydroponic gardens, renewable power, even fake windows that simulate sunlight with LED panels. Some of them can sustain life for over 5 years, completely off-grid. And they're not being built in war zones. They're hidden in remote forests, deserts, mountains, even under luxury homes in Beverly Hills. What changed? Well, everything. Climate instability, pandemics, AI risks, economic collapse, civil unrest, political polarization. The list keeps growing. And while most of us just refresh Twitter or argue in group chats, these billionaires, they're planning. Not just investing in stocks or companies, they're investing in escape routes. It's not about paranoia, it's about optionality. If the world keeps turning, cool, they've got a nice underground man cave. But if it doesn't, they vanish. Safe, rich, and protected. There's something eerie about that, right? The people with the most influence, money, and power? Preparing to disappear. Like they've quietly given up on the rest of us. Now here's where it gets weirder. Companies like Vivos, Rising S, and Apotem are making it easier than ever to buy your own luxury shelter. You don't have to be Elon Musk, just have a few. Million lying around, and boom, you get biometric locks, blast-proof doors, 5-star bunk beds, and panic rooms better than most hotels. One CEO even said, "We don't sell fear. We sell insurance." Let that sink in. They're turning the end of the world into a market. And the clients. They're not just tech bros, politicians, celebrities, Wall Street elites, all paying to stay quiet and stay hidden when things go sideways. Meanwhile, the rest of us are like frogs in slowly boiling water. Power grids strain, markets shake, fires, floods, AI taking jobs. We adapt, complain, scroll, repeat. But they've already mapped the exit. And I know what you're thinking. Maybe this is overblown. Maybe they're just being extra. Rich people do weird stuff all the time. And sure, maybe some of this is just status flexing disguised as safety. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Even if 90% of their fears never happen, they only need to be right once. One blackout, one outbreak, one market crash. And suddenly those bunkers become more than Instagram curiosities. They become lifeboats. But here's the real kicker. The billionaires are planning for collapse. Who's planning to fix it? Because while they're digging escape tunnels, we're still here, paying rent, waiting for paycheck Fridays, trusting that someone, somewhere, has things under control. So maybe the lesson isn't just build a bunker. Maybe it's this. Pay attention to what the rich do quietly. It often tells a louder story than their tweets. And if this video made you think even for a second, ask yourself, in a world that's getting harder to predict, how prepared are you really? Not just with bunkers, but with awareness, with choices, with options. Think about it. And if you want to dive deeper into the strange decisions of the world's wealthiest, stick around, because this was just the surface. What's underneath goes much deeper.